African Girls Can Code initiative is an African initiative commissioned by the UN Women, the African Union, in collaboration with the International Communications Union. The goal of this initiative is to spark interest into the ICT career path and build digital skills among young girls and women across the African continent. Uganda is among the 11 countries that were given the opportunity to launch such an initiative, and this was witnessed in Lira City, Lango Sub-region, with various stakeholders participating directly to impact the digital gender divide we have in the African continent. Let's see what the UN mandate looks like and what this initiative actually entails. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We are very excited to be part of the launch of the African Girls Can Code initiative. And we very much know that this was commissioned by the UN Women, African Union, in collaborations with the International Telecommunications Union. Of course, various people collaborated, like the Siemens, the Spotlight Initiative, and so many people were part of this. We want to clearly understand, Your Excellency, what does this initiative mean to the Ugandan girls?
Within the strategic development goals, which we call SDGs,
yes.
I'm sure you've heard about them, or it's also
mm-hmm.
called the 2030 Agenda for Development.
Yeah.
It has been recognized that much more needs to be done when it comes to identifying and supporting those left behind. Mm-hmm. There is it's called the promise of the SDGs, to leave no one behind,
yes, yes.
or to reach the farthest behind first. So in that context, the UN Women collaborating with ITU, you said, mm-hmm. Already, as well as AU, advancing across Africa, about 10 countries to advance the rights of young girls at secondary school level to take advantage of coding facilities. So these girls are being given the knowledge, the tools, and the capacity to be able to solve problems. Girls are usually the stereotype is that they're afraid of science and technology, yeah. of maths and all that. So if we begin to expose them from a young age to these information and to this learning, then it will become a part of them and would take care of those gaps. This is one of the very innovative programs for UN Women. And like you've said, a lot of people wonder, UN Women, what about UN Men? So let's just first of all understand the development context, that in any development context whatsoever, women are either disproportionately affected or they are further behind. And so what we're trying to do is to give them a catch-up. If you have uneven level playing field, you have to look for how to level it. And where you fill up is where it's lower. You don't go to the place that is high and add more on top. So just very basically, that's why the focus on women and girls.
We are in Lira District, Lango Sub-region, where the African Girls Can Code initiative is to be launched, the first of its kind, and we are blessed that Uganda is among them. The initiative has been commissioned by UN Women, the African Union Commission, in collaboration with the International Telecommunications Union. This initiative is to empower over 2,000 young girls aged 17 to 25 years across the continent of Africa. Of course, it is important to know that in the technological era like we are in today, it is important to equip the young girls with the skills they need for the future, and of course, leaving no one behind.
our chief guest, the RCC from the RCT. You are welcome. Before you, on your opposite side in this tent, they are the girls who are going to start the coding today after this launch. These girls have been selected from schools around the Lango region, and that's why we are here this morning.
All leaders present, our partners from MTN, Siemens, and any other private sector around, our dear girls, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. By equipping these girls with the coding skills, they'll have a lot of tools to embark on a range of careers in the digital sector, including software engineering, web design, artificial intelligence, and data analytics.
I want to believe that Lango is very blessed to have you all here, to be the first pioneers of this program in the entire Uganda as a country. So you are supposed to be very proud of yourselves. You're supposed to be very attentive. You're supposed to make the trainers work very easy, because you are the first people, meaning that by the time they are going to other regions, I want to believe they will be a little bit tired. So use this opportunity very well. Okay? Thank you so much. May God bless you all.
We are so proud, and we shall give you all the support, sir. We shall give all the support required, and we shall give you all the attention required, because this is the best we can get out of the modern world. People have become digital. We also want you to be digital. You must be digital. You must embrace this new initiative. If you remain behind, you will remain behind forever. I say this for God and my country.
Ladies and gentlemen, the African Girls Can Code initiative is directly in line with the National Digital Agenda and National Plan of transforming Ugandan society from a peasant to a modern and prosperous country. The initiative is an opportunity for the girls to up their skills and appreciate ICT where they wouldn't have access due to stereotypes and gender inequalities in our societies. I wish, therefore, to sincerely take this opportunity to thank the UN Women, African Union, and International Telecommunications Union for commissioning the initiative and for selecting Uganda as one of the beneficiary countries. So I'd like to thank you very much once again for ensuring that this program is launched here in Lira City and in Lango region. Once again, I say we have a responsibility to make sure we succeed, and we also have a responsibility towards a boy child. I thank you very much, and I say this for God and my country. This beautiful gadget is meant to help African girls also to code. Therefore, African Girls Can Code initiative, UN Women, Ministry of Education and Sports, Gender and other line ministries, I now take the initiative to officially launch this program by handing these laptop computers to the beneficiaries. Thank you very much. The second one, the first one has gone to Akelu Suzanov, a Beer Seed Secondary School.
Such initiatives like the African Girls Can Code are very pivotal and very fundamental for the career growth and development of the young girls in this country, but also for the continent. We're still going on with Tech Nation, and don't miss the second segment where we detail what transpired and how the girls were given the opportunity to launch into their first coding class. Welcome back from the break. We are excited that you're still tuned in to Tech Nation. This is the practical segment of the show. And of course, I want to remind you 50 girls were selected to code their way into the future. And we're going to see these girls, how they're being taught by the various trainers, equipping them with the computing skills they need for Africa and the world at large. About 50 girls between the ages of 17 and 25 from more than 50 schools in Lango Sub-regions have been chosen to demonstrate that African girls can code. The goal of the African Girls Can Code initiative is to spark interest in ICT as a career path and help build digital skills among young women on the continent.
We have all computers at our table?
Yes.
So now let's all open our computers at once. Mostly, this is going to be a practical session. We'll be teaching you how to use that computer to make useful work. We have one of the interesting sessions that we'll be taking you through, which is called problem solving and design thinking. So we'll be stimulating your creativity. You will be able to come up with ideas, projects from the experiences that you encounter on a daily basis.
Each of the girls in this room has been given their own laptop for the first time, as well as necessary accessories, with a team of trainers who will teach them various computer disciplines such as robotics, programming, design thinking, gaming, animation, among others, with the ultimate goal of making them innovative and competitive in the tech sector.
We have this interface. This is called the Scratch Editor. As you can all see, we have the Scratch Editor, but we have different blocks on it. So when you click on your first blocks up there, you can see the word called motion. You can see it. When you click on it, you can see that whatever blocks can help you how to do the motions. The whole interface, this is a Scratch Editor. But when you look at it, we have somewhere where we have code app. That's where we're going to all get our sources of code from. Then we have costumes here. In this case, you're all going to see how the cat looks like, whatever sprite you're looking at. In this case, we are using sprite, cat, but you can have a lot of sprites. Then here we have backdrops. Are you looking at this? So whatever I have in the background, in Scratch, we call it a backdrop. So when you click on it, you can also see different backdrops. You can also paint your own backdrop. You usually paint your own backdrops, especially when you're creating your own game. So in Scratch, you guys, by the end of this period, you'll be able to do your what? Your own games. So first, since we are girls, we are going to draw a girl. We have a paintbrush here. We have an arrow here. So let's go in phases.
As an engineer, as an ICT guru, as a tech enthusiast, I'm very excited to see this happening right in my eyes. But of course, this great initiative has been commissioned by the UN Women African Union Commission in collaboration with the International Union. Of course, we have special thanks to the EU Spotlight Initiative, Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Education, those at the ground roots helping to make sure that these initiatives go deep to the villages. But of course, not forgetting our tutors we have right here that are going to be teaching these girls for 10 days. And of course, I'm excited to walk around the class to ask the girls what it's been like for them. And I'm going to randomly choose you. You stand up. Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name is Niger. As you see, I'm very excited. I'm owning my own laptop.
I can see.
Yeah, I'm very glad. I have never owned a laptop.
How was your first class?
It was exciting. I learned how to do different things, like the scratch, how to start the computer.
Nadia, for the 10 days you're going to be here, what should we expect from you after you've learned from the great mentors?
Actually, as you see, I will go up to university and I will emerge to become a lecturer.
Teaching what?
Teaching ICT, of course.
I can imagine. Give me a high five. Thank you so much, Nadia. And I think you who is watching us, you've seen how passionate these young girls are. And I, for a person, as technician, we really look forward to see that the spirit is spread across the country, across the continent, so that we build an army that is tech enthusiast.
I'm called Akela Vivian from Lira Town College. I'm in Form 5 and I do ICT as a subject. I'm very glad to be here because I was the only person picked from my school to attend this, and I know I'm going to learn a lot because maybe after this, when I go back to my school, I'll be like telling my friends like I got a laptop, and after like I've learned some things, I'll be like showing them what I've learned. Okay, I promise like to teach a lot of people what I've learned, to share with them everything, including the laptop I'll get. Also help others to learn things from that.
The impact of this ICT training, when the students go back to their respective schools, they're going to at least create that learning environment of ICT, and then they are going to also to bring in other students who did not have chance to come for this program. They're going to benefit from their coming here. And we expect that when they go back, they can create that coding camp in their schools so that others who did not have chance to come can also learn about ICT.
We are very grateful and we are welcome the initiative with two hands, all-heartedly, because it's going to liberate our women from illiteracy in telecommunication companies and even ICT communication in general. Whereby if you move around, you hardly find women with smartphones, even with computers. So it means this is a liberation for us in Lango Sub-region.
Is there an opportunity for other regions to be onboarded on the same? And is this initiative going to go on and on for other regions?
Yes, it is going to go on. Other regions will benefit. That's why we are working with the Ministry of ICT, because we are aware that the ministry is running a number of hubs around the country. So we intend to work with the Ministry of ICT, not only ICT, but all other organizations that could be having ICT hubs across the country, so that we can refer girls to go there, and we can use the crop of trainers that have been trained. There were trainers from Uganda that were trained at the Africa regional level. So they are available whenever there is a hub that is open, and we are starting to mobilize more funding so that we can expand countrywide.
It's been an absolute pleasure to witness the launch of the African Girls Can Code initiative right down here in Lira City, Lango Sub-region, where 50 girls have been given the opportunity to code. And of course, we will bring you the success story on the preceding instances on how these girls will emerge to use their own devices. And of course, if you're doing anything innovative in the community, don't hesitate to reach us out at technician_UG. From me and my team, it's indeed a wrap, and it's a good night. Ciao!